Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. As usual, before we start our lesson, kita ni akan mulakan dengan berselawat ke atas Rasulullah SAW selama 2 minit. Mari kita ni sama-sama membaca 3 niat penting sebelum memulakan selawat ke atas Rasulullah SAW. Yang pertama, kami niatkan selawat kami untuk memenuhi perintah Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Yang kedua, kami niatkan selawat kami untuk memenuhi hak Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dan yang ketiga, kami niatkan selawat kami untuk mendapat syafaat Rasulullah di akhirat kelak. 2 minutes from now.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد 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 اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد
Doa sebelum belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma aftah alaina hikmataka wanshur alaina min hazaini rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Ya Allah, bukakanlah ke atas kami hikmat-hikmat-Mu dan limpahilah ke atas kami khazanah rahmat-Mu. Wahai yang maha pemurah lagi maha penyayang.
Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Ya Rabbku, lapangkanlah untukku dadaku dan mudahkanlah untukku urusanku dan lepaskanlah kekakuan dari lidahku, supaya mereka mengerti perkataanku.
Amin.
Amin, amin, amin. Ya Rabbal Alamin. Our topic for today will be square and square roots and cube roots. Can you please get ready with your notes and your worksheet? Okay, and pay attention. Your task 1, you need to watch this video lesson and complete your notes. And your task 2, you need to complete your worksheet. Okay, first we will cover the square number and square roots. Learning outcomes for this subtopic. By the end of the subtopic, students should be able to explain square numbers and positive square roots of positive integers. And Students should be able to recognize patterns in their sequence. Okay, square numbers. The square of a number n is the product of n times n. That means n repeated twice. Okay, so square root is actually the inverse of square numbers. Okay, square root is actually the inverse of square numbers, and it will always be denoted with this one, square root n, or sometime in exam it will put like this, small 2 at the top here. Small 2 at the top here. Okay, so that one denoted as square roots. Moving on with example 1. Find the length of the side. Find the length of the side of a square with an area of 36 square centimeter. Okay, if you find out a questions like this, it is better for you to draw the diagram. Okay, you draw a square and be aware that the area is 36 square centimeter. So find the length from now. Okay, time's up. Let us discuss the answers. Now, you must know the formula to find the area. Okay, you must know the formula to find the area, which is length times length. But in PSR, you already covered this topic, right? Now, if you look here, the square number is 36. So this 36, if we square root, it will become 6. Okay? So find the length of the side of a square with an area of 36 square centimeter. The length is 6. Okay? Now, another method, you can use the formula A equal to length times length and fill in the area here because area is given. So L times L repeated twice. So it can write as L square. Okay, so how to find L? As we said that this square root is the reverse for the square numbers. So if here we have square and L is missing, then to find the missing, we square root. Okay, so you should get 6. Okay, next example 2. The area of a square is 25 square meter. Find its perimeter. So your first step, you can draw the square here and put the area n. If you ask to find perimeter, you need to know the length. Alright? So just by looking at this diagram, you should know the length. Okay, you should know the length. Alright? So the length will be 1 minute. 1 minute to put the length and find the perimeter. Okay, thumbs up. Now, the length for this square will be 5. How I get 5? Square root of 25 is 5. So, perimeter, if it's a perimeter, that means we need to find all sides, okay? All of these 4 sides. So, 5, 5, and your perimeter will be 20. Or you can write 5 times 4 equal to, still you will get 20. And don't forget to write your final answer. The answer is 20. Next, example 3. Complete the number sequence. Okay, you have 2 questions here. I will give you 1 minute to complete both of these questions. Okay, now if you uh if you encounter questions like this in exam, first you need to look at the items. Okay, you need to look at the items. If you see here, first is 1, second is 4, third is 9. So what will be next? Okay, what will be next? So if you look here, you can see that 1, 4, and 9 are square numbers. So this one is the square of 1 square, 4 is 2 square, 9 is 3 square. So the next will be 4 square will be 16, and next 5 square will be 25. Same goes to part B. 144 is square root of 12. 144 is square of 12. 12 square is 144. So if you look here, 81 is the square of 9. 9 square is 81. 64 is 8. 8 square is 64. So the number is decreasing. Therefore, the next here should be 11 square, which is 121. And here will be 10 square. The answer will be 100. Next, moving on to the next subtopic, cube numbers and cube. The learning outcomes for this subtopic will be students should be able to explain cube numbers and positive cube roots of positive integers. Okay, and students should be able to recognize patterns in their sequence. Okay, now cube numbers. The cube of a number n is the product of n times n times n. That means in cube numbers, n repeated 3 times. Alright? So, cube roots is again same like square root. Cube root is inverse operations of cube. Okay? Inverse operations of cube. And it always denoted by this one. Okay? Now, example 1, find the value of, we have 3 questions here. I will give you 1 minute to, okay? Okay, now, questions A. Cube root of 5 will be 125 and cube root of 2 will be 8. When we add them up, you will get 133. Same as B. 13 cube will be 2197 minus with 9 cube 729. You should get 1468. And C, square root of, you multiply this item inside the square, inside of this cube root. Okay, so 9 times 3 will be 27. Cube root of 27 will be 3. Moving on with example 2, find the value of cube root 1728 without calculator. Okay, if this type of questions you find out in exam, alright, it is difficult for us to find the cube roots of 1728, but at least you can use prime factorization to find out, okay, to find out the value of cube roots 1728, okay, like this. Now, I give you 1 minute to complete the prime factorization. Okay, you solve this one, you will get this, okay? Now, since here is cube roots, so as you understand that cube numbers, when the numbers repeated 3 times, correct? So if you look here, 2 here is repeated 3 times, 2 here is repeated 3 times, and 3 here is repeated 3 times. So actually here 2 to the power of 3 times 2 to the power of 3 and times 3 to the power of 3. Now, how to get the value? How to get the value? You just take the best, okay? You just take the best, 2 times 2 times 3, and you should get 12. So the answer is 12. Okay, next one, example 3. Complete the number sequence. We have 2 questions here. I will give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now 3a, if you realize this number actually cube number. So 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, 4 cube is 64, and 5, the 5th cube is 125. Then same goes to part B. Same goes to part B. The next one is 125 and the next one 216. We reverse, okay? we reverse from smaller number to the bigger number here. Example 4. Find the length of the side of a cube with volume of 27 cubic centimeter. For your first step, you can draw the cube like this and try to find the length. Okay? I will give you 1 minute to find the length. Okay, now by using the formula to find the volume of a cube is L times L times L. Because of that L repeated 3 times, so it is L cube. So how to find length? To find length, it will become cube roots of 27. Okay, this cube number, if you want to find the length, it will become cube roots of 27. Okay, cube root of 27, so the answer is 3. So the length of the side will be 3 centimeter. Okay, now in simple way, if you encounter with questions about area of a square or volume of a cube, it is always relates to the square numbers, square root, and it always relates to cube numbers and cube roots. Okay, so without formula, we can say that the length will be 3. Okay, because we know that to find the length for this cube will be square will be cube roots of 27. Okay, so cube roots of 27 will give you 3 here. Okay, moving on with example 5. Find the area of each face of a cube whose volume is 125 cubic centimeter. You can draw the cube here and label volume equal to 125. Then, before you able to find the area of each face, so you need to find the length. Okay, you need to find the length, and you can find the length from this volume. How? Okay, so your first step is finding the length. 1 minute. Okay, now as usual, we repeat the same method. So your length is 5. Then you already know the length, so how you're going to find the area of each face. Okay, so area of each face, this is the volume, this is the cube, this is the cube, and we can take one face, okay, since the question asks you about each. So I will take one face. We have the length 5, right? We already found out that length is 5. So can you please try and find out what will be the area of each face for these questions, okay? 1 minute. Okay, now, so area equal to L square. So 5 square. So the area for this each face will be 25. Okay, and that will be the last example for this topic. If you're still confused, you can come and ask. Okay, thank you so much, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Doa selepas belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inni astaudi'uka ma 'allamtani fardudhu ilayya inda hajati ilaihi wala tansani ya rabbal alamin. Ya Allah, sesungguhnya aku menitipkan padamu ilmu-ilmu yang telah engkau ajarkan kepadaku, dan kembalikanlah kepadaku sewaktu aku memerlukannya kembali. Dan janganlah engkau lupakan aku kepada ilmu itu, wahai Tuhan yang memiliki semesta alam. Amin.